My dojo, got God in my mojo. But Bible in my hands like I'm solo. Swinging like a nunchuck, I mess a demon. Fun up, princess on a horse like a polo. You see us take a photo. Now this one for my ride or die. No close fight, this ain't grab my guy. Clocking in like a 9 to 5. Hit a demon so hard, he say, 9 to 9. Boom, kapow, watch me now. This woman cold-blooded made a crocodile. We don't fight flesh and blood, that is not my style. The Bible be my hospital. If I fall down, get up.
Ain't no time to lay around with it.
Sit up.
Ain't no time to play around with it.
Gear up.
When I put this on the ground with it.
Hear us.
When you hear the trumpet sounding.
Never do it how the prophet do it, but I'ma make it do what it do if you just let me get into it. My style will speak volume, and I ain't never gotta say much, just watch me move. Ain't never gotta say much, just watch me move.
Turn me mic up so me don't have to say it again. A little louder. A little bit more. Yeah. Let me talk to my king. I need you. No matter what we go through. Ooh, I'm lost without you, yeah. Don't want no one but you. We go through changes, but that's okay. I still choose you every single day. But what I love about our love, we never give up, no. Because I care for you, I'm still in love.
The word of God got my spirit on fire. Might feel a flame when I prophesy. The sword on me, so you better try. Eternal life, when we get it, won't die. Look, the two got me lit like a wick on a candlestick. They claiming that they the real Jews, but counterfeit. I've been consuming the word, not the world. I'm out of it, cause you been had your name in the game. Don't try to quit, we just getting started. They gon' pay the price, no bargain. Cause all these nation dogs keep barking. Crime scene, yellow tape, be cautious. Spirit of the Lord got me lifted. This water ain't liquid, my spirit ain't wavering. My faith ain't drifting, gifted. We are not the same, we different. God genes running through my veins, encrypted. Hard on the heathen, I'm just reading out the book. I've been on a mission ever since I took a look. Isaiah 18, we was trying underfoot, but the vengeance of the Lord, that's the message that I'm pushing. They gon' drink of the cup of the fury of God. Come rebuke at the gates, are you with me or not? We ain't sparing the soul, smack this earth with a rod. We got angels on standby, wait on God for the nod. Having visions of the 12 taking over the world. Don't need no recommendation, it ain't no need for referral. We were chosen from the beginning, the ending is near. Can't explain this feeling, but glad I gave him an ear. No lie, the word of God got my spirit on fire. Might feel a flame when I prophesy. The sword on me, so you better try. Eternal life.
up in my bones, I ain't playing with it. Beat the whole city, we demand with it. The true army of Christ, we ain't playing Christian. I gotta bring the word and I'ma stand with it. True repentance got my spirit on fire. The real truth, straight facts, no lie. I felt the blaze when I prophesy. While your pastor's still in ties and he profit off lies. And my God bring the pain when he touched down. It's a lot of haters when he blaze them, they gon' break now. On the road, many miles like a greyhound. Watch the world shake with a crate, it ain't safe now. Lit with the flame in my rays and I cannot contain. I've been drained with the shame that they put on my name. Now I woke, watch the heathen choke when he gets smoked with the quote that the prophets wrote. Nah, it ain't a joke, we grow from a mustard seed. Israel gotta get the victory and it's guaranteed. God body, no father like the Maccabees. We want the world with the pearl cause it's meant for me. Gotta read the history, line upon line, and I'm better than ever. And I was looking for a sign cause I know that we better. The word came and I found out my name. No more shame in my brain when I switched up the frame. Cause
the word of God got my spirit on fire. Might feel a flame when I prophesy. The sword on me so you better not try. Eternal life when we get it won't die.
Born with the word of God, got a strict, gotta see folks. Set fire to the lines, gasoline on C4. Coast to coast with the Holy Ghost, ain't tripping on a hater. 9 later for these suckers, cause we teach them, don't debate them. Apologetics, Comedica, Amalek, pick a topic. Drive through, value me, you, we got options. Lions come to eat, this is not for the weak. Soldiers ready for the war, this is not the time to sleep. Lost sheep, what you need for the nourishment. Words shut up in me, it's encouraging. Burning and it's flourishing. Hard to describe what it's do or die. I'm walking on fire, but never felt more alive. It's a miracle. Angels rolling with us like a military convoy. Diplomatic with it, represent them like an envoy. Look it up, fire in the furnace, tell them cook it up. Spiritual connection, rapping, yeah, about to hook it up. Truth went from hanging on trees to bearing fruits. In the barren land, the word took root. Hand salute, this is prophecy, be it fulfilled. Lamb breaking the seals, it started to give me the chills. We run it up on the Christian like a mathematician. Then break it down like physicians. The clinic on your religion, know they watching us. This is not a race, but they clocking us. Doomsday coming and it's starving us. Ready or not.
The word of God got my spirit on fire. Might feel a flame when I prophesy. The sword on me so you better not try. Eternal life when we get it won't die. The word of God got my spirit on fire. Might feel a flame when I prophesy. The sword on me so you better not try. Eternal life when we get it.
Mr. Israel, bring that fire out.
it's wartime. It ain't no game, that's a fact. Stepping deep up on the scene, no, it's not an act. A nation full of kings to the throne from the trap. Taking back the planet, yeah, we coming back for that. I said it's wartime. It ain't no game, that's a fact. Stepping deep up on the scene, no, it's not an act. A nation full of kings to the throne from the trap. Taking back the planet, yeah, we coming back for that.
I'm a royal priesthood, I'm a king, yeah, I'm a beast. I'm a lion in the street at a beach, yeah, I'm gon' eat. I got blood on my hand and it dripping down to my feet. I got blood on my sword, I hit him, he couldn't breathe. A soldier, I'm standing strong, I cut him to the bone. The angels of God with me, I read in the book of Psalm. Babylon the great, America, ancient Rome. Greece, the Persian, the Medes, the Babylon. Breastplate of righteousness, helmet of salvation. My loins, they girded up, my feet shot with the gospel, the good news. Jesus Christ, he black, he coming back to save us. The Bible said it's a fact, so facts, yeah, I'm gon' speak them. And some of y'all don't believe it. From kings to real niggas, from drug dealers to killers, we taking our kingdom back. No looking with observation, our boot striking the pavement, we walking by faith. Because
it's wartime. It ain't no game, that's a fact. Stepping deep up on the scene, no, it's not an act. A nation full of kings to the throne from the trap. Taking back the planet, yeah, we coming back for that. I said it's wartime. It ain't no game, that's a fact. Stepping deep up on the scene, no, it's not an act. A nation full of kings to the throne from the trap. Taking back the planet, yeah, we coming back for that.
exponential growth. They mad cause they know. Can't lead this truth alone. Yeah, we took the oath. Taking over lands. You see us on the boats. Doctor, where my people at? Going coast to coast. Israelite doctors. For you, we diagnose. Blacks and Hispanics. We love y'all the most. To the other nations. Y'all gonna be toast. Birth like Christ. Dark like night. With colossal height. Giving out crowns. Yeah, we all made it. Ain't gonna be no frowns. It's wartime. 10 toes down, hear that sound, trumpet will react now, come on.
Born upon the earth shall fight.
This is the condition of the battle, we shall fight, brothers. This is the condition of the battle. We are at war. This is spiritual war.
Yo. All over the world, we about to go. Truth is coming out, that's what you need to know. Blacks and Hispanics is the Israelites you need to know. You ain't never gonna hear this from a pastor though. You done ended in the den with some lions. You done ended in the den with some lions. You done ended in the den with some lions. Think you coming in here with your sin, don't even try me on the mission. Telling Israel to repent before your time is up. Every city on the corner in your hood is where you finding us. Casting out imaginations, Christians might not like it, but we raising up an army exceedingly, we are rising up. We all about the mission, we living until the kingdom come. These for lack of knowledge, so that's what we here to give them up. Blessed for the people, cause although we have no equal, we out here living so evil and comfortable living feeble. All over the world, we about to go. Truth is coming out, that's what you need to know. Blacks and Hispanics is the Israelites you need to know. You ain't never gonna hear this from a pastor though. You done ended in the den with some lions. You done ended in the den with some lions. You done ended in the den with some lions. Think you coming in here with your sin, don't even try.
All right, y'all. We here. We live on the LIONZ Den. That's right. Radio show.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I need to look at that camera now. I'm used to looking right there. Now I'm looking right there. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna have to change that. That camera got to be in front of me because I don't like looking there. But anyway, we good. We gonna get it rolling. All praise to the Most High. Y'all know what time it is. 7 p.m. Sunday. I ain't got my right hand man with me, but I got my right hand man with me.
All praises.
So hey, as y'all see, we got the new setup.
That's right.
You know, we ain't too proud that we can't take correction. You know, the first thing the brother and sister said when we had the other setup, they're like, it's good, but y'all looking at each other. I was like, you know what? You're right. So I believe it was sister that called in and told us, y'all posted in the comments, hey, we listen. That's why we accept calls. That's why we want y'all to write in the comments. We pay attention. We listen. Hey, all of us, we all in this thing together. So we appreciate you, brothers and sisters, that said that. That was good feedback. All praise to the Most High. Let us know what y'all think about the set. Let us know. Call in. Let us know what y'all think about the new setup on the LIONZ Den radio show. We put a lot of time and effort into this thing to make it happen, to give y'all the best quality and the best experience possible.
Right.
But before we get into the show today, y'all know how we like to do. I like to see how everybody week went. Now it's a lot smaller, so y'all can go more in detail. I want to know about the minutiae of your job. So we're going to start to my left, a man that got kicked out in the first round, LeBron James. How was your week?
Woo! All praise to the Lord. Week was all right, man. Pretty straightforward. I'm trying to remember my week, Cap. To be honest,
sounds depressing.
Yeah, it is. It's work, man. Work, family, kids. You know, doing the work of the Lord throughout the week. I'm trying to think what we had Monday. Monday we had a getaway, right?
Yeah.
You know, had time with the family, man. Brothers and sisters at the school. And throughout the week, you know what I'm saying? We got the usual, doing the work with the brothers.
Right.
And then after that, you know, we got the Sabbath day where it goes down. I had to deal with Mother Mary.
Mother Mary. I had to deal with
Mother Mary. Yeah, I had to deal with Mother Mary
Dang.
at camp. Sister just wouldn't went pipe down, man.
Yeah.
She was going in. So, yeah, that was my experience for this week, family. But now, here at the Lions Den radio show,
Right.
man, you know what I'm saying, ready to get it in. Get
You
it
ready to
popping.
bring it out?
You know what I'm saying? It's going down in the major way.
Also, Daniel, how was your week, man?
Oh man, this week went by so fast. But yeah, you know, I was out sick a little bit for a couple of days.
Little bit.
And little bit.
Oh, that's why we ain't got the cookies yet?
QTO. Bro, you done with QTO, man. You ain't got no more days.
No QTO for me, no QTO. So I took the family out on Wednesday.
Okay.
I had the day off, so I took them out to the beach.
Okay.
Try to get that cold.
Which way y'all
out.
went? Y'all went to the east or to the west?
West.
Okay, so
went
y'all
to
went
the
to Tampa
west.
area.
Yeah, went to Tampa side.
Okay.
So we went
Ain't
out
been
there
out
for a
there.
little bit, you know, got in the sun a little bit, everybody feeling a lot better, so all praises for that.
Hold on. Now, you said you took your family. How you went to the beach and y'all can't wear a bikini?
Oh, yeah.
So you mean to tell me we got modest clothing for the beach?
Yes, we do. We got the
praises.
dress for the ladies and the brothers. We wear our shorts and a top. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we go to the beach.
All praise. Also, Lahad, how was your week?
Hey, shalom. Hey, my week was good, Cap. My week was good. I actually, hold on. I got you. See, I took it off. I couldn't be wearing this thing live.
Right.
But my week was good, man. Besides the fact I couldn't go work out with my workout partner.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But Lord's will, you know, take my time, recover right, and I'll be back in there, man. But besides not being able to work out, you know, like Officer was saying, I spent time with the family, got some studying in. I don't give a damn about work because they ain't paying me enough to care. So, but got daily bread in this morning, the Sabbath last night. I heard Bishop class, but I got to go back and rewatch it because I was busy pretty much the whole Sabbath.
Yeah, you was counseling. You had turned into a super counselor.
Yeah. So that was, I almost wrote a
I saw
class.
the topic this morning. I was on TikTok and I saw your topic before I got on. It was something about reading, right?
Yeah, the lost art of reading.
Tell us about that.
The lost art of reading. Basically, what inspired that class is there's a lot of stigmas on the black race. You know, black men don't like to read.
Right.
We don't know how to read. When it comes to comprehension and literacy, they say that we speak Ebonics. But last time I checked, we learn men. We read the Bible.
Right.
We can have conversations with the other nations. We ain't stupid. So I went through a bunch of scriptures showing how our forefathers read, showing how the scriptures command us to read daily, and that reading is actually a part of our culture.
Right.
Reading is a part of our culture. We read it in Joshua 1:8. The Lord told us to meditate on the law day and night.
Right.
And I had a fire clip that one of the brothers brought out, showed when Frederick Douglass was a child, he saw his mother was being taught by the slave master wife, and the wife got caught, and he told her, look, don't you ever teach a slave how to read. Because once they learn how to read, they will no longer accept that they're in a slave state of mind. They will no longer accept that, and that from that point forward, they will read more books and eventually rise up and overthrow you. So the slave master was like, don't you ever do that. That's the worst thing you can do is teach a slave to read. So, you know, that class hit, you know, so all praise to the Most High, Lord's will. You know, people got something out of it.
All praise. Somebody said a great class this morning. Just finished watching. Take the call, y'all.
Take the call.
Hey, shalom, caller. What's your name? Question, comment. Where you calling from?
Shalom, Most High in Christ blessed. Brother JD.
Brother
From
JD.
up north.
From up north. What's going on, Brother JD?
I'm just listening, checking the phone lines, and also you sparked my thought talking about reading. I was wondering if there is a grammar class in MOV. I haven't heard that.
Yeah. So usually what happens if brothers want that, we usually we give it to them. But it's not mandatory in there. It's not built into the curriculum, if that makes sense.
Okay, I understand that. Because in the old school, as you may recall, I was in One West.
Okay.
It was called the Trooper Program, and then
Right.
it became the Hebrew Academy.
Right.
And then they made a grammar class.
Right.
Then.
All praises.
I'm not the smartest brother, but I was an assistant because I'm a little articulate.
All praises. Yeah. All praises.
All right.
All praise. Thank you for calling in. You done on your week?
Yeah, I'm done, Cap. How was your week?
My week? Let's start with my week. All right, let's see. My week, we got to start it off. Well, no, that was Sunday. But anyway, I wasn't here for last week for the show because we was in Memphis. I do want to show that promo, though. That promo was fire. I was in Memphis last week. As y'all know, we Memphis right now is, they sent the FBI down there to help with all the violence that's going on. So Memphis is in a tailspin, and guess who showed up? The prophets of the Most High God. Right. So we were down there in Memphis. Let me see if they shared it yet.
Cap, I forgot you weren't here last week.
Yep. Y'all didn't show it out me, man.
Hold on. We went on.
Yeah, we went to 10 o'clock.
We went live, yeah. Oh, yeah, we got the text. There you go. Keep going.
Yeah, I was watching on the plane. Hey, if any of y'all don't get internet on the plane right now, you should get internet on the plane. It's actually pretty good. I was watching the show. I feel like I've robbed myself because I thought it wouldn't be good all these years. Yep. So I got it. I was like, I want to watch the show. I paid my little $15. And I was like, hey, this is pretty good. I've been wasting time on the plane all these years.
Always get internet, Cap.
Right. Bro. I just never got it, being cheap.
Always.
Yeah, so, I save money anyway flying Spirit, so might as well get your money invested back in there by the internet.
Spirit got internet?
Spirit be in the Spirit.
I didn't know Spirit got internet.
So we trying Spirit, bro.
Hey, I just didn't know.
I'm a Spirit and Frontier guy, man. Spirit and Frontier.
Now, I paid for internet one time on Spirit, and when I got on the plane, they said they didn't have it.
Damn.
Wow.
They got you. That's in the Spirit, bro.
Yeah, like, you take the risk.
Nah, that ain't never happened to me, bro. That ain't never happened to me.
Yeah, take the early flights.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me get this link to y'all because I don't wanna go past it and then come back to it. All right, Memphis. So, like I was saying, if y'all didn't know, Memphis is in dire need of help right now. They sent the FBI down there because of all the crime that's taking place. And Captain Hoshai said, you know what? We don't need the FBI.
Right.
All we need is the bros.
That's right.
The guys.
The real guys. Right. The real guys. So we showed up on the scene, and it was beautiful, man. It was beautiful. I'm posting the link right now. Cap speech, bro. Captain Hoshai did a beautiful speech, bro. He hit on 8 points of how to help the city that were all things that were doable and capable, and it was excellent. So play that promo for me real quick.
All right, Memphis is off the charts when it comes to black-on-black violence. Who am I? Who am I? We must stand up and be an example for the people in our community. What time is it? What time is it? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? What time is it? What time is it? Israel United in Christ is not a hate group. Time and time again, whenever so-called pro-black group rises up to fight for their people, when we focus on uplifting our own, we are labeled as hateful. I'm so glad that you all are finally
Pause it right there. Now, we a hate group. What hate group work hand in hand with the police? I'm confused. And when you listen to what he's saying, he's applauding us for our efforts. So F what the hell these other groups is talking about, calling us a hate group and all. No. And when you listen to what Cap was bringing out, we had community cleanup out there. We had our affiliate that we work with, Youth Violence Conflict Resolution. Right. We got Saving Sarah's Daughters. We got Mission for Missing Persons. We do everything to help the community. We are not a hate group. 0 crimes against us. 0. Press play.
And we're going to work hand in hand to make this a better community. So it takes you all, it starts with you all. Enough is enough. Let's work together with this community to make Memphis a better place. Thank you all. Y'all have a great day. What time is it? What time is it? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? What time is it?
Fire.
What time is it?
That's fire.
All praises. So that's where I was at last week. We was in Memphis. I missed the show. Sunday I got back. What time we got? I got back about 9 something. Monday, we had the getaway.
Yeah,
they gave me that steak that was burnt up, and then
you got a redemption steak.
Yeah, Soldier Tomias came through with the real steak. That steak was fire.
Yeah.
Shout out to Soldier Tomias. That brother's cold-blooded.
Cold-blooded.
Cold-blooded on the grill.
Hey.
Tuesday, don't remember nothing. Wednesday, don't remember nothing. Thursday, don't remember nothing.
Yeah. Be like, I'm ready for the Sabbath.
Tuesday, if y'all didn't know, I am on the Avengers podcast. I am part of the Avengers. I got to send you another promo because we got time today.
We got time
today. Tuesday night, we have our partnered radio show that we have all the heavy hitters come together, and we do a show together called the Avengers Podcast. If you haven't watched it, it come on Tuesday at 10 p.m. You can tune in and watch that. I just posted that link. IT download that video while we talking about it. So yeah, that was Tuesday. Thursday, Friday, we had the graduation. You ain't go to the graduation, bro.
No.
Me and Officer LaHad was at the graduation for one of our sisters. So I'll praise to the Most High for that.
No.
Yeah, Friday. Yeah, you ain't go either, bro.
I had some daddy duties.
Huh?
Daddy duties.
Daddy duties. Bro, you a father in this truth, bro.
Yeah.
Dang, bro, you trying to throw away your duties, bro?
No.
You a father in this truth. See,
No.
you really in the spirit.
Yeah. Hey, that thing was fire too.
All right, play that real quick. This what happened Tuesday. Come on, IT.
Hey, Shalom, Israel, Most High, and Christ bless. Hey, y'all see what it is? We're live with the cast of Mike Up, the Avengers Podcast. Hey, we go live every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Make sure y'all tune in, all right? Hey, Captain Mattathias. Captain OC. Captain Yadin. Captain Tazawan. Captain Gedaliah, a.k.a. Top Chief. Captain Emmanuel. Captain Matthew. And together, we are the Avengers.
Fire.
Avengers Assemble.
So, shameless plug, you know, to the Avengers.
Fire.
Shout out to Top G. He came up with that idea for us to do a podcast together. So it's been going good. You know, all us got our different radio shows, and it's good, you know, to show the spirit of unity for us to come together.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and in these last days, that's what it's gonna take for us to get the hell up out of here. Whether y'all believe it or not, we gonna have to come together on all facets, not only spiritually, financially, dietarily, emotionally. What's the word? Real estately, all ways, all forms. We gonna have to come together mechanically, vehically. We gonna come together. So all praise to the Most High for that. But y'all know what time it is, man. It's the Lions Den Radio Show. Forget all that right now. Forget the Avengers right now. We talking about the Lions Den Radio Show. Let's go to that first video.
Play the video.
Escalation of the Israeli military's targeting of Gaza City in the north of the Strip. Over the past 2 days, warplanes have bombed and destroyed at least 70 residential buildings in the city.
Damn.
Entire families have been killed in some of those strikes. Schools that were housing displaced Palestinians have also been attacked. Gaza City was once the bustling commercial hub of the Strip. Now, entire neighborhoods are in ruins. The Israeli army has issued forced expulsion orders for residents with the stated aim of displacing civilians south so it can capture and hold more land in the north. Our correspondent Hani Mahmoud is in Gaza City with a look at the destruction.
This is Gaza City today, once a home to thousands of Palestinians, now a graveyard to concrete and dust. Relentless airstrike targeted and flattened 70 residential buildings. These were not military compounds, they were apartment blocks.
Now, there was a Negro we brought up a few weeks ago that says that these people, the Israelis, are being afflicted.
Right.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch, as we like to say,
70 buildings.
Back at the ranch, they leveling Gaza.
Right.
What are you looking at, Negro? Wake up.
Hey, Cap, he said they wanted to extend more land. They just tried, they leveled 70 buildings. Hey, if you don't get the hell out, hey, we gonna bomb it. And if we kill people along the way, it is what it is.
And a lot of people, somebody asked me this today while I was on live teaching. They said, what is the Black Hebrew Israelite stance on what's going on in Gaza today? And I said, our stance is we stand with God.
That's right.
And you get what you give.
Right.
So, both the Palestinians took us into captivity.
Yep.
And the Israelis took us into captivity, and they are all being judged right now. Give me Amos chapter 1 and verse 6. Amos chapter 1, verse 6 and 7.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 1 and verse 6.
Come on. Who reading?
Soldier Ehud.
Oh, all pray. I was like, where's the voice of God?
Hey, read like a Judite, man. Bring it out.
Read that.
Amos chapter 1 and verse 6.
Come on.
Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Gaza.
Of what?
For 3 transgressions of Gaza.
For 3 transgressions of Gaza. Everybody in the world right now is Gaza, the Gaza Strip, the Gaza Strip. Why is this happening? Open up your Bible and read.
Read.
Prophecy. And y'all talking about ain't no prophecy. Let's go. Read that.
Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Gaza.
Read.
And for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof.
You see that? God ain't turned away the punishment on you Palestinians for taking our land. Read.
Because they carried away captive the whole captivity.
Because they sold us into captivity to who?
To deliver them up to Edom.
Because they sold us to the white man.
Right.
Because they sold us to the Europeans. Now they being judged as they should.
Right.
Read.
Verse 7. But I will send a fire on the wall of Gaza.
Hold on. He will do what?
Will send a fire on the wall of Gaza.
God says he gonna send a fire on the wall of Gaza. That's why they've been getting bombed for the last year. They can get all the ceasefire and agreements they want. It ain't gonna stop God's reign. God says this is what's going to happen. Whether you want it or not, it's going down. Read.
But I will send a fire on the wall of Gaza, which shall devour.
Which shall what?
Which shall devour the palaces thereof.
Pull that picture back up of the screen, of the screenshot that y'all got up, so the people can read that. I want the scriptures to come to life for them. At least 70 residential buildings destroyed by Israeli warplanes in Gaza City in just 2 days. So what is that showing you? That's showing you that that fire is coming from what? Bombs, missiles being dropped. God's word is sure. None one of these shall fail. None shall want its mate. That's what the Bible says about the scriptures. So, from there, go to Isaiah 34 and 8. And y'all get whatever y'all want ready. Let me know.
Yes,
let me know. If your precept hit harder, bring it out. But we going to let this thing marinate in. Isaiah 34 and 8. Why is this happening to the Palestinians? Let's see.
Isaiah chapter 34 and verse 8. For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance.
It is the day of the Lord's vengeance. All of this is leading up to the ultimate destruction. But right now, like we always tell you, it's birth pains right now. These are the birth pains leading up to the ultimate World War III. Read.
For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion.
Hold on, for the what?
For the controversy of Zion.
For the controversy of Zion. Why? Because neither one of these nations are supposed to be there. So that's why they're going to keep fighting back and forth, because none of them are the rightful owner. It's like when 2 kids find something that ain't theirs.
Right.
They're going to keep fighting over it because they think it ain't neither one of y'all's. Because nobody can rightfully say, hey, look, here the paperwork. This is what we the only people that can pull the paperwork. The paperwork is the Bible. God gave us that land, and we were removed out of the land. Until we put back in the land, it's going to continue to be bloodshed and bombs every single day. Go ahead. What y'all got? I see y'all read into the scriptures. Bring it out.
Go ahead. All right. Give me Zechariah 9. Give me Zechariah 9 and start at verse 5.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 9 and verse 4. Behold, the Lord will cast her out.
Come on.
And he will smite her power in the sea.
Come on.
And she shall be devoured with fire.
These nations are going to be devoured with fire. This is just the beginning of it. Come on.
Verse 5. Ashkelon shall see it and fear. Gaza also shall see it.
Gaza shall see it as well. Look at what's going on right now. Read.
And be very sorrowful.
And be what?
And be very sorrowful.
And be very sorrowful. They paying for what they did to the children of Israel. Come on.
And Ekron, for her expectation shall be ashamed. And the king shall perish from Gaza.
Read.
And Ashkelon shall not be inhabited. And a bastard.
And a what?
And a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod.
And a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod. That's what we talking about right now. So, hey, this is Bible prophecy. So believe it or not, hey, if you was reading it, you will understand that this is supposed to happen.
Good. Hey, go to Jeremiah chapter 47 and verse 1. So Bishop has brought this out plenty of times, right? So what you're seeing is Bible prophecy, like Cap mentioned before. You wonder why these things is happening because God said it was going to happen from the beginning of time. Read that.
Jeremiah chapter 47 and verse 1.
Yes, sir.
The word of the Lord that came to Jeremiah the prophet.
So during the time of Jeremiah the prophet, he spoke about what we are seeing in 2025. Right? In 2024, these things is happening right before our very eyes. Read on.
Against the Philistines.
Against the Philistines, which will be the Palestinians, right? Go ahead.
Before that Pharaoh smote Gaza. Verse 2.
Now, you talk about Pharaoh. Remember, America and who is the affiliate with America, which would be, what they call them, Little Satan, right? Which would be the Israelis today. They would be the Pharaoh today, right? Form of Egypt. Go ahead.
Thus saith the Lord, behold, waters rise up.
Now read that last part again. Against the Philistines.
The word of the Lord that came to Jeremiah the prophet against the Philistines.
Right.
Before that Pharaoh smote Gaza.
So Pharaoh, which will refer to Edom, smote in Gaza. So what do we see today? We're seeing Edom, which was the Israelis, smiting Gaza. All right, the Palestinians. Go ahead. Verse 2.
Thus saith the Lord, behold, waters rise up out of the north.
Read on.
And shall be an overflowing flood.
Right, that's their armies. Go ahead, read on.
And shall overflow the land.
And they doing what right now?
And shall overflow the land.
They are overflowing. They are taking over the land. Right, read on.
And all that is therein, the city, and them that dwell therein.
Right, go ahead.
Then the men shall cry.
The men shall what?
The men shall cry.
So you wondering why the Palestinians are getting slaughtered? Because God says that they were going to cry. We seeing time and time again of images of their children being blown to pieces. They working in the marketplaces and buildings getting blown up to smithereens. God says that they were going to cry. Read on.
And all the inhabitants of the land shall howl.
All the inhabitants. But why? Read verse 3.
Verse 3. At the noise of the stamping of the hoofs of his strong horses.
Right. So now we're reading about what? War. Back then during this time period, because the scriptures is twofold, how do we go to war? We had horses, we had shields, we had swords. But now what do we use for war? They are using missiles.
Right.
You understand? They're using bullets. Read on.
At the rushing of his chariots.
Right, go ahead.
And at the rumbling of his wheels. The fathers shall not look back to their children for feebleness of hands.
Right, and that's what we're seeing. They got to leave their homes. They're leaving their children behind. They're leaving their families getting spread apart. Why? Because the Lord said these things is going to happen. So all praise to the Lord. That's what we're seeing right here.
Fire precept. All praises. Press play on the video. We ain't even done with the first video.
Yeah.
They were homes. They housed hundreds of Palestinian families who are now sleeping in the streets, in temporary shelters, or not at all. This building behind me held over 40 people. One moment they were breaking bread together, and the next they are running for their lives or buried underneath the rubble of the bombed buildings. And the worst part, the bombings do not stop. The aftermath of these bombings and relentless attack is just there are no safe shelters left. There are no safe zones and no escape. Every displacement, as we've seen over the past weeks, just pushing families further into desperation and deepening homelessness with the lack of sense of safety.
What happened was that all of a sudden we saw people running. We asked what's going on. People said it's evacuation for the building behind. The building was bombed and caused all this damage, and we could not take any of our belongings. There was no Hamas in the area, just business owners and stores.
Okay, so in just walking through the rubble, you easily realize this is not a humanitarian crisis. It's a dismantling of civilian life across the Gaza Strip. Every home that is destroyed, it's not just about the buildings that are being destroyed, it's the futures, the histories, as well as the dreams of people who once lived inside these homes. It's more than just a crisis. It's breaking a whole entire society. A combination of enforced starvation and relentless attacks, Gaza is being made unlivable, one home and one neighborhood at a time. And the world must not look away. Hani Mahmoud, Al Jazeera from Gaza City, Palestine.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel. The first thing I want to show y'all in that video, well, we already showed you a lot, but just a talking point is, notice how they try to make it so sad.
Yeah, right.
But who says anything about what happened to us?
Nobody.
But
No
you
help
see
them.
that? The whole world will come to their aid, nobody gives a damn about what happened to us as a people, bro.
Nope.
Nobody cares about what happened to us because what happened to them for the last 2 years, that's what happened to us for over 500 years and continues to happen today.
Right. Hey,
go ahead.
No. I was finna say what you're saying is absolutely correct because they don't think about what happened in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
There you go.
How do you think that they wiped out the city? They dropped bombs on us. They dropped bombs. We had no military. We weren't trying to fight back. We was living peaceably.
There you go.
But they dropped bombs on us, and it looked exactly like what you see on the screen right now.
There you go. But it's many other cities, Lake Lanier, where they flooded our places. They bombed us. They slaughtered everywhere. Yeah, there's a whole bunch. It's a whole bunch. We did a whole show on all of them.
Right. Hey,
But,
Kat,
go ahead.
you know what's interesting? In 2025, war is being televised.
Right.
Like it's like they got cameras set up in the areas where they want to strike.
Right.
It's coincidental that the media has all the right footage when it comes to reporting on these wars.
Right, there you go.
But when it comes to things that happen to us, they can't find camera one.
Damn.
For sure.
That's crazy. That's just something that's interesting.
You ain't lying. Hey, can we go Daniel chapter 9 and verse 12? Because we going to back it up. Exactly what Cal was saying. No nation, it don't matter how sad it look. It don't matter how many bombs, how many that died. Bruh, if we really do the numbers
there you go.
between blacks and Hispanics
there you go.
and Native Americans, the numbers don't compare. It don't compare. All right, read that.
Hey, you know what?
What you got,
Before
Kat?
you read that, all the cities that they displaced through the urban renewal, and all they built highways through our cities. They dropped the bomb on us doing that too. We don't take that into account. Go ahead.
Hey, that's heavy too, because you think about our Native American brothers, they put pipelines through their lands. You understand? So it's an ongoing cycle.
To this day.
Hey, I'm about to say, ongoing. They still doing it.
To this day.
I
Read
know.
that.
Hey, I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead,
I'm sorry. I know a black farmer in Florida. Well, they trying to force him to sell his land so that they can build multi-million-dollar properties on his land. And this land been in his family for over 10 generations. So he's one of the last the orange grove farmers in Florida, and they want him out of there.
Damn. All for the business.
Just for the money.
Yep. Hey, read that, please. Daniel 9 verse 12.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 9 and verse 12.
Yes, sir.
Come on. And he have confirmed his words, which he spake against us and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil.
Right, read on.
For under the whole heaven,
under the whole earth, read on,
have not been done as have been done upon Jerusalem.
Right, because you really got to think about it. It ain't just happening in America, bruh. Bishop brought out a couple of weeks ago that it's more of us in Africa than over here. So you gotta add in those atrocities. You gotta think about us on the other side of the world. You understand? You gotta put all of that together. We just talking about what happened over here in the States. That's something that you're familiar with, but it's plenty of things that happen to us that no other nation can compare to.
There you go. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was saying what you just said earlier about all the things that, as far as everything being videotaped and everything. Now you think back in the times where in the 1800s or whatever the case may be, when we were here in America, we were being terrorized, right? There wasn't just a bomb drop. They were burning crosses on our front lawn. They were hanging our people so you could see them lined up. They would do the atrocities here. I know we got the call, but
hey, you about to go in. Caller, what's your name? Question, comment. Where you calling from?
Peace to the Most High. My name is Kenya, and listening, I wanted to add Jeremiah 10, 1 through 2.
Okay. Go ahead, read that for.
The precepts.
Jeremiah chapter 10, 1 through 2.
1 through 2.
My bad. I'm sorry.
Go
The reader ain't got the headphones. We got you, though, sis.
Jeremiah chapter 10 and verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. For the heathen are dismayed at them.
So what you wanted to bring out of that, sis?
Just in part of everything, being able to see prophecies come to life.
Right.
And to bring everything to an end.
All praises. All
Thank
praises.
you.
All praises. Thanks for calling in. Go ahead. Keep bringing it out. What got G?
Yeah, so they were saying that the atrocities that we went through here, right? We went through right in front of the enemy, right? Now, when you look at the people that are in Israel right now,
right?
What was the new name we got for them?
Israel.
Nah, the other one.
Who that? I don't know.
The people that's there right now, I ain't gonna call them what they wanted us to call them.
Right.
They say they are the ones that are the people. But when we read the Bible, go to Genesis 49.
Right.
Because what happened to us, we had to deal with our enemies head first. The bombings that's going on there, they just drop a bomb and leave. You don't see them, and you never hear about them. They don't terrorize you anymore. Go ahead. Genesis 49 and 1, and then jump to verse 8.
Genesis chapter 49 and verse 1. And Jacob called unto his sons and said, gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days.
In the last days. So where we are now, we're in the last days. Go to verse 8.
Verse 8. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise.
So we're talking about Judah, who's a so-called black, so-called African Americans. They are the true Jews. Read.
Yeah.
Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies.
Where?
In the neck of thine enemies.
Because the enemy was always in our face.
Right.
Now you look at the people there, they just getting bombed and that's it. Now it's atrocity nonetheless, but the things that we went through has been much worse, just like we read in Daniel 11, 9 and 11. Go ahead.
Yehudi.
Thy father's children shall bow down before thee.
So what we're reading now is showing you the proof. Right? When we compare the atrocities over there and we compare to what happened to us, there's no comparison. No comparison at all.
Hey, and you know what they got on their side? The United Nations, the European Union, all these different people calling for the aid. Who came to rescue us?
Right. Nobody.
What TV station came and said, this is so bad. Everybody came against us.
Right.
There was no nation that sided with us at all. Give me that Maccabees. About all the nations came to buy us as slaves. What's that? First Maccabees 2 and 10 or second Maccabees?
Sound right. First Maccabees.
Let's see.
Because of the fame, children of Israel.
First Maccabees 2 and 10. Read that.
This is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 2 and verse 10.
Come on!
What nation have not had a part in her kingdom?
You see that? What nation ain't take part in our destruction?
Right.
Name a nation on the earth that has not taken part. Read.
And gotten of her spoils.
And gotten of her spoils. Read.
Verse 11. All her ornaments are taken away.
All our ornaments. The whole nation of Israel. Script. Read.
Of a free woman, she is become a bond slave.
And we have become a bond slave to all other nations on the earth.
Right.
Okay, a few people died. Y'all gonna wake up tomorrow and you still gonna be in your land.
Right.
Go get taken on a slave ship.
Right.
For 400 years at a time, your name, your heritage, your culture taken from you.
Right.
Oh, yeah, and when you try to say something about it, they're going to say, forget about it. Don't bring that up. Ain't no news station to report it and have the whole world give you sympathy.
Right.
That's what happened to us. That's why we ain't got time for the games. Y'all ain't playing no magic trick on us to make us have pity for these other nations. Nope. They getting exactly what they bargained for.
Exactly.
You think God gonna get it? You think God been asleep?
Right.
God ain't been asleep. It was just a time. We had to endure for a time.
Right.
But guess what? That time is coming to an end. Like y'all brought out last week. I saw y'all brought out about France. France getting their judgment. Small and small. Those are small things. The real judgment's coming ultimately.
Hey, Cap, you got two sides, right? Because you got the Israelis, they bombing the Palestinians, right? They bombing them, right? The Israelis, they getting all of their military might, they getting all of they finance, they getting all of that, like you were saying, the UN, America, all of these nations that support them. And then you got on the other hand, all of them getting pushed out of Gaza, guess who gonna fund them to go into another land and set up houses and give them jobs? Guess who gonna do it?
America.
These nations. they like, yeah, one being destroyed, all praise to the Most High, but on the other hand, they still have the resources to bounce back from that. We have never bounced back from the things that we went through.
Right.
We still suffer, what is it, post-traumatic slave syndrome.
Right.
We still suffer from that thing. So I just it's funny how they on the media doing that.
Hey, what you said was heavy because I don't know if that's the same bombing, but in one of the bombings, the aid that they were getting was coming from America.
Yeah,
you understand. So we didn't get the aid when we were when they bombed Black Wall Street.
Right.
Where was the aid at?
Right.
Where's the when did they pump out the water in that town? What was it called again?
Lake Lanier.
Lake Lanier. Did they pump the water out?
Nope.
Did they help the people? No, they got displaced. But but when you look at them, they're getting the aid. They're coming over. You know what I'm saying? They're setting up shop. You know what I'm saying? So all this is for theater.
Take the call.
Hey, Shalom, caller. What's your name? Question, comment. Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Gastonia, North Carolina. I was wanting to bring out a point that we will get to laugh one day if we bring out that Baruch 32 to 35.
Baruch,
what chapter? What chapter?
Baruch 3?
No, Baruch 32. No, Baruch chapter 4, 32.
Okay.
Okay. You good.
Baruch chapter 4 and verse 32.
Yep. Bring that out, Cap, man.
Yes,
Let
sir.
them know.
I got
Put
you.
some emphasis on that.
All right, we got you. Thank you for calling in.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 4 and verse 32.
Come on.
Miserable are the cities which thy children serve.
Right. Miserable are the cities which thy children serve.
Yep.
Meaning the nations. Read.
Miserable is she that received thy sons.
Miserable is she that received thy sons. Received the land. Read.
Verse 33. For as she rejoiced at thy ruin and was glad of thy fall,
Read.
so shall she be grieved for her own desolation.
Right. The land is now grieving that we gone. Read.
For I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning.
Read. This the key part right here.
Yep,
Read.
yep.
For fire shall come upon her from the everlasting.
You see that fire, those missiles, those bombs from the everlasting. Read.
Right.
Long to endure, and she shall be inhabited of devils.
Ooh, she shall what?
She shall be inhabited of devils.
She shall be inhabited of devils. That's cold.
That's a cold precept. Hey, Cap.
Hold on.
It's more. It's more.
Shall be inhabited of devils what?
For a great time.
For a great time. Since 70 AD. The other nations don't been in the land. Now they being oppressed. Go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to give First Maccabees 3 and 41. I wanted to back you up on them taking everything from us.
Right.
They took everything from us. Shout out to the Cap. First Maccabees 3:41.
First Maccabees.
Dang, Cap wasn't patient, huh? He sent it to me. I was going to bring it up.
You got it, Cap?
Nah, go ahead.
All right, go ahead.
First Maccabees, chapter 3 and verse 41.
Come on.
And the merchants of the country.
The merchants of the country, come on.
Hearing the fame of them.
So they heard the fame. Read, and let's see what they did to us.
Took silver
took silver and gold.
Took silver and gold very much with servants. And came into the camp to buy the children of Israel for slaves.
So they did all of this to us. They came and took all the spoils, and they sold us as slaves. Like the grape gatherers, they coming for everything. These nations, they want it all. So guess what? When the Lord come back and judge y'all with that everlasting fire, best believe we coming back for everything.
Hey, that's crazy. You mentioned the gate gatherers, right? Because remember in what's that, Obadiah, right?
Yeah.
How it says they take everything and they don't leave nothing else.
Nothing.
Like what Cap mentioned earlier. What other nation went through having their land taken away, them being killed, being bombed, and also taking away your identity?
Right.
Today in their land or in our land, they are posing to be us.
Right.
You understand? That's what's identity theft.
Yep.
Right.
They take everything and they don't leave nothing behind. Even to this day, the little rights that we was supposedly had in America, what is Trump doing right now?
Yep.
Taking them away. You understand? So no other nation. Gotta shut your white mouth. No other nation can compare, bruh. We still going through hell to this very day. It never let up.
To this day.
To this day.
To this day. All right, pull up the next video. So hold on. I want also. They was bringing up about they were saying it was peace, and then the next day it was war.
Right.
We're gonna get that in a second, but we just warming y'all up. Hey, matter of fact, pull up the thumbnail real quick. IT, if you can. Hopefully y'all got it. I think I posted it. Maybe I didn't. Pull up the thumbnail so the people know where we going today on the topic. Let me see, cause y'all never posted. Oh yeah, IT. Just so y'all know, it's my biggest pet peeve with y'all. When y'all post the video, make sure you got the thumbnail on the link.
He gonna cry in the car.
He gonna cry in the car.
Pull up that picture. Pull up that picture, please. IT.
Hold your tears.
All right. Let's go. Come on.
Play the video.
It ain't nothing but a thumbnail. Come on, y'all.
Thumbnail.
Download it.
Post the thumbnail.
Posted it in there. I see the 2 check marks. I know you see it.
Somebody ain't listening.
Somebody's not listening. All right, so prophecy, prom, and peace.
Boom.
Prophecy, prom, and peace. That's what we're going to go into today. Right now, we're showing you the prophecy of what's going on in the land.
Right.
Then we're going to show you prom, and then we're going to show you that ultimate peace that's coming. Because Christ come to make peace in the last days.
Better believe it.
So that's a good thumbnail. All praises. All right. Take that off. Pull up the next video. Ukraine. Yep.
We turn now overseas to Ukraine, staging a major attack on Russia. Incredible video coming in, capturing the large-scale special operation. Ukrainian drones and missiles targeting 4 Russian military airfields across the country, destroying some of its nuclear-capable bomber fleet on the ground. Overnight, Russia attacking Ukraine with 479 drones and missiles, marking one of, if not the largest overnight aerial attack of the war. This comes as leaders from Russia and Ukraine are expected to return to the table for a second round of peace talks tomorrow. President Zelensky confirming today that Ukraine will be at the talks in Istanbul on Monday, laying out in a statement his position ahead of that meeting. Meanwhile, Russian officials are refusing to reveal their terms for a potential deal. ABC News foreign correspondent Marcus Moore joins us with the latest. So, Marcus, what more do we know about these new military strikes?
Well, hey, Whit, good to be with you. This was a highly sophisticated operation and truly extraordinary in the way it was executed. Ukraine apparently managed to transport the drones that were used in what have been described as mobile homes, but they look more like shipping containers when you see the pictures. And according to sources, they had roofs that could be retracted remotely, and that's where those drones were launched. 4 different airfields were hit. You see the video there. 40 planes were damaged or destroyed with, and at least 1 strategic bomber was also destroyed. And one of the airfields was in Siberia. So we are talking about a major operation, and one that, according to a source, was personally supervised by the Ukrainian President Zelensky. This drone attack followed that massive Russian air assault on Ukraine overnight. I think when you put all of this together, Whit, you get a real sense of how volatile the situation is and how there has been no let-up in the fighting, despite that meeting that's expected tomorrow.
Exactly. All of this looking like a major escalation here. Meantime, the talks are expected tomorrow. Where do things stand, and how could these attacks impact negotiations?
Well, you know, any attack certainly runs the risk of derailing any negotiations that are underway. But I think certainly what we're seeing here is that not only is Russia committed to continuing their attacks on Ukraine, Ukraine is also committed to defending itself, and they have the support of the Europeans and are also hoping for more from the U.S. So having said that, these 2 sides will continue to fight. The hope is that while both sides have expressed an openness to a ceasefire, the hope is that perhaps they will be able to make some progress on Monday to move closer towards an end to the fighting.
So much at stake. Marcus Moore for us. Thank you.
Ha! You know what's funny to me? They always be like, hopefully we get this thing solved.
Yeah.
This is such a problem out there. You know, they're just killing each other. And I just can't believe this. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, America supplying all this. Yeah.
Right.
Bombing more countries than any, but that's how America do. They hide their hand.
Yeah, exactly.
And throw the rock.
Yep.
they gave the right for Ukraine to go bomb them. They've been supplying Ukraine with all their armory so they can fight.
Right.
It's very simple. If you don't want to go to war, you don't go to war.
Right.
Don't. Y'all be trying to get, man. Y'all ain't fooling nobody. Right now, I think me and Officer Lahad has been to Africa. They in Africa talking about they worrying about them having an attack against America. First off, it takes 9 hours to get over here.
Yeah.
Anything coming from Africa, you can see it from a mile away.
Right.
They ain't built like that. Africa ain't your threat right now. So they just be making stuff up, man.
Yep.
They be making stuff up. But what I want to deal with was they keep having these talks of peace treaties and this and that. I'll show y'all something. 1 Thessalonians 5. Ain't gonna be no peace. Like my man Top G said.
No peace.
They think it's peace. It ain't no peace. Israel prophesying in the streets. I don't know the rest of the lyrics, but ain't no peace. Ain't no peace, man.
Black Messiah.
Hey, you know why that said be too, Cal? Because then when Trump came to office, he said there ain't gonna be no more wars.
Right.
He said all of this gonna end. You know what I'm saying?
He did say that.
Damn, he's the white messiah.
Yeah, he the white messiah.
The white messiah.
Y'all got that? 1 Thessalonians 5.
1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 2. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. Verse 3. For when they shall say peace and safety.
You see that? When they shall say peace and safety. Peace and safety. That's what we keep getting. Yes, we're going to have some talks. We're going to get this thing settled down. Like you said, Trump said, ain't going to be no more wars. We just, everything's going to be good. Don't worry. When they say peace and safety, what?
Then sudden destruction cometh upon them.
Sudden destruction comes upon them.
Right.
So understand, y'all, don't be worrying about none of these peace talks. These things are going to continue to happen. These are just the beginning. This is just the beginning. Go ahead. I know y'all got precepts.
Yeah, get Matthew 24. I like bringing this out when we talking about war, especially like they see it as a subtle thing, Cap. They like, oh, they think it's gonna be all good once everything is over. Get Matthew 24 and I want verse. Which verse I want?
8. I think that's it.
7. Yeah.
Matthew chapter 24 and verse 7.
Yep.
Come on.
6.
Verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
Come on.
See that ye be not troubled.
Now, this is for the Israelites. This is for us. See that you be not troubled. But the other nations, they are troubled.
Right.
We see it. They troubled. They got to keep having meetings. They got to keep flying back and forth. They getting planes blown up. Hey, y'all already did that to us, so we ain't got nothing else to worry about. We waiting on the Lord to judge y'all. So keep reading.
For all these things must come to pass.
Read.
But the end is not yet.
The end is not yet. So y'all think that peace gonna come, but the Lord said the end is not yet. Come on.
For nation shall rise against nation.
We only read about so far. We only watched 4 nations right now. This ain't all the nations. The EU, they gonna get their part. America gonna get their part. It's a lot of other nations that gotta come to pass. Hey, this thing finna pop off for real. Come on.
For nation shall rise against nation.
Come on.
And kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places.
In diverse places. We seeing these stuff over the last couple of weeks. Earthquakes in diverse places. The Lord is knocking out all them idols. So I just wanted to bring that out. So all praise to the Most High. For us, it's a little bit of peace and safety in that, knowing that our kingdom is coming. But for the other nations, it ain't no peace.
Right. Hey, can I get one? Hey, go to
triple stack.
Isaiah. Isaiah ain't gonna triple stack.
Triple stack.
Go to Isaiah chapter 2. We gonna jump. Yeah, this guy. It's the triple cheese. It's the triple cheese.
I ain't gonna lie,
guy.
that triple cheeseburger sounds.
It does sound good. It sounds delicious right now.
Hey, it's been over a year. Just like y'all.
All praises. Backstory.
Focus, fellas.
Backstory. Yeah, we ain't gonna put you out there like that. Hey, go to Isaiah chapter 2.
Together. No place I'd rather be.
Isaiah chapter 2, verse 2. And then we're going to jump to verse 4. Because there will be peace one day. One day. But we're going to show you exactly how it's going to go down. Read that.
Isaiah chapter 2 and verse 2.
Yes, sir.
And it shall come to pass.
And it shall come to pass. Read on.
In the last days. That the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains.
Read.
and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it.
Right. This is when the kingdom is established. Meaning what? We're going to have the highest government.
Right.
And all nations are going to flow unto it. Right. But let's see how. Jump down to verse 4.
Verse 4.
Yep.
And he shall judge among the nations.
Read on.
And shall rebuke many people.
Right, because like Bishop say all the time, you think they just gonna come willingly?
Right.
You think the China man gonna serve the black man?
Right.
They're not gonna do it.
Blacker man.
They not gonna serve the blacker man. So guess what? We gonna have to do what? Read on.
And they shall beat their swords into plowshares.
Right, them guns, the armies, right? Them tanks that they got, them missiles, everything. Guess what? They gonna have to hand it all over. Them weapons is gonna be turned into plowshares. It's time to get to work. Read on.
And their spears into pruning hooks.
Read on.
Nation shall not lift up sword against nation.
It ain't gonna be no Russia against Ukraine. It ain't gonna be no Israelis against the Palestinians. It ain't gonna be none of that. The Lord says the wartime is over with. Their governments, their armies is destroyed at this point, right? Right now, Israel is in power. Read on.
Neither shall they learn war anymore.
Neither shall they what?
Neither shall they learn war anymore.
Neither shall they learn war anymore.
Right.
The reason why these things is happening now is because the Lord is mustering the battle. He's allowing it to happen for the sake of our deliverance. But when that time is over, the Lord said they ain't gonna learn war no more. This is when true peace on the earth is gonna come. All praise to the Lord.
All praise. Hey, I gotta bring out one more precept.
Bring it out, crap. Bring it
we
out.
Gotta triple stack that thing.
Triple stack.
No, I'm just playing. I ain't gonna triple stack it. But what I am gonna do is 8:05. We're gonna take a quick little commercial break, y'all. Let's pull up those music videos. If y'all didn't know, Tents of Judah, the first country album ever, is out. Sons of Thunder, fifth album is out. That's doggone it. What's going on
They
here?
ready to let it ride.
Stephen, Act 7, Stephen, his album just dropped yesterday. Fire.
Right.
So we got a lot of new music. Hey, I'm gonna need y'all to do me a favor. I know we usually like to screen the videos, and that's all good. Watch the videos, but I need y'all to go to Original Royalty. Go to Original Royalty Recordings. Go buy the album, y'all. I'm telling y'all, listen. And I don't care if you buy the album and you still go listen to it on Spotify. But you buying the album is equal to about 500,000 streams. Because that's just what it is. The money that they get for streaming is half of a penny for each stream. So when you buy the album, it's like streaming it 100,000 times. We're going to get a video out there so y'all can understand it. And we can support our brothers and sisters out there. But go buy the album, and at worst, go listen to it.
Right,
or press play on that.
Right.
Took a minute. Yeah. About time I committed. Hard times felt like giving up. But your love kept me winning. Don't hesitate, got to make haste. Oh yeah, just set your pace into the race. Oh yeah, you were always my day one. You have shown me where I'm from. This is why I need your love.
God's on earth, we here to stay. Many mansions, how we get to this place. Follow the signs, look at the gates. Name on the list, don't be late. God's on earth, we here to stay. Many mansions, how we get to this place. Follow the signs, look at the gates. Name on the list, don't be late. I wanna live forever. How long forever? I wanna live forever. How long forever? I wanna live forever. How long forever? I wanna live forever. How long forever?
Before the beginning of time, heavenly, divine. This was the image of mind. God body in design. Poetry in the motion. Now it's starting to align. Every detail defined. I like a line upon line. Whoa, this is the way, this is the truth, this is the light. Talking about Christ, wisdom in the beginning of light, winning the fight. And that's thus say the Lord moving forward. Look at how it glitter on his sword. 144K points on the board. Only thing we're looking for is forever.
God's on earth, we here to stay. Many mentions how we get to this place. Follow the signs, look at the gates. Name on the list, don't be late. God's on earth, we here to stay. Many mentions how we get to this place. Follow the signs, look at the gates. Name on the list, don't be late. I wanna live forever. How long forever? I wanna live forever. How long forever? I wanna live forever. How long forever? I wanna live forever.
I want the glory. I want the grace. I need that wisdom to shine, illumination of the face. I need that forever love, the kind that never fade away. Cause I'm here to stay. Reach them golden gates. Now it's time, open up, let righteousness shine, fill up the cup. Cause I can't imagine a place that I'd rather be than to sit with the anointed king. Throne of wisdom, throne of power, no more rain, no more showers, a radiant glory, more than flowers, live forever, say it loud.
Sanctuary is closed, partner. You don't see what's going on outside? You again. All right. Give me a double. Yeah, I know exactly what you want.
are now flying.
In the beginning, we wasn't sinning at all. Then came them women, we began to struggle, we lust and we fall. Life was eternal, make matters worse, we put her first, then added the booze. If you come too near her, then she'll bite you and leave you there. I'm talking all about that whiskey and women. They'll lead you to fall. They'll have you climbing every mountain, drowning the ocean. They won't catch you when you fall. They dangerous, 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 dangerous. I'm talking all about that whiskey and women. They lead you to fall. They dangerous. More count your blessings, not take heed or learn your lesson, 'cause you're about to put your life on the line. Now there's some hard times coming. If you don't get to running, you'll be caught up in her trap till you die. Put down that drink, now sober up and I'll be faded. I need you to trust me, they'll take all your money. Gird on up, I'm warning you, this time to wake up and overcome that war inside. If you come too near her, then she'll bite you and leave you dead. I'm talking all about that whiskey and women. They'll lead you to fall. They'll have you climbing every mountain. You'll drown in the ocean. They won't catch you when you fall. They dangerous, 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 dangerous. I'm talking all about that whiskey and women. They'll lead you to fall. They dangerous, 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 dangerous,
Check.
All right, y'all. We back. That's right. The Lions Den Radio
Yes,
Show. So we showed y'all some prophecy. Now we about to get into prom. We about to get into prom, the history of prom, because y'all know what time of the year it is. It's that May, March time of the year when everybody likes to have their little prom dance. And you know, it's a lot different than when y'all went back in the early 90s and the 80s and the 70s. We finna show y'all, it's getting crazy out here, y'all. It's getting crazy. And we got to expose it. It is what it is. That's what we here to do. We got to show our people that they're going the hell off.
Hey, Cap.
Yeah.
You know what's getting crazy? If you go to a graduation, then they break out and twerk.
Damn.
Y'all seen that
At
video?
a graduation.
Yeah, it went crazy. At a graduation.
That's trash.
Right. So just imagine prom.
Right.
I was talking to somebody about graduation. They wearing basketball shorts and they dressing like they finna go hoop. Like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, man.
Hoop after the
That's the world
ceremony.
we live in now. That's the world we live in now. Let's go to that first video pertaining to prom. Let me see what number it is.
They dangerous.
Yep, there you go. Prom. So if you didn't know what prom is, like I said, it's a dance. Nowadays, it's a dance for seniors and juniors. And it comes with a lot of stuff. It ain't what it used to be. Go ahead, press play.
Wasn't always about the dress, the limo, and the promposals. But what it's definitely been about is controversy. Whether it's teen drama or something a bit more complicated, like how society, to some, is meant to function. Believe it or not, prom was meant to introduce young women to polite society and its eligible men, and put them on display for potential husbands.
Pause.
Wow.
So what I want to get y'all to see is prom actually started off as when you were courting back in the day, young women would present themselves to men. That's when you had order, you had fathers, you had structure. All right. But even before that, which it's going to show you, it goes back to Grecian. Everything goes back to your oppressor. So don't think it's some great history. No, it goes back to your oppressor. It goes back to debauchery and all that. but I'm showing you the how it just devolved or devolved into what it is now. Go ahead, press play.
When young people began going to prom in the late 19th century, it wasn't yet a dance for high schoolers. Prom, short for promenade, was originally an event for college students in the Northeast that had its root in debutante balls of high society.
Pause. Leave that on the screen. Y'all see how they dressed? Do y'all see how they dress? So don't give me this pants stuff and all. No.
Right.
Y'all know that ain't how women supposed to dress.
It's too hot.
That ain't how classy women dress. Go ahead.
And have evolved from semi-formal end-of-the-year dances held in school gyms to become a $1 million industry encompassing limousines, flowers, photography, special attire, and over-the-top invitations. That being said, early proms were governed by the same rules and dress codes as debutante balls were. They were racially segregated.
So guess what? Your prom that you spending $20,000-$40,000 on,
wow,
you couldn't even do it before.
Damn.
You couldn't even do it. It was segregated.
Why you got to put a race card?
Right. So that's why the Bible say, know your history, Negro.
Right.
Know what you spending all your money on. And the reason why they do this, our people, the reason why we so stuck in these things is because we don't have anything.
Right.
Because we don't have a Passover.
Right.
Because we don't have a Pentecost.
Right.
Because we don't have a wedding.
Yeah.
Right.
So you put everything in the prom knowing that, ain't no wedding for me. Ain't no feast day for me.
Right.
All I got is Christmas and Thanksgiving. I'm going to go all out for this.
Right.
Because think about it. After your prom, what's the next biggest thing in your life? Most people don't go to college.
Right.
You ain't got college graduation.
That's it.
Everybody else do Christmas, Thanksgiving, all that. So prom is it.
Yep.
That's the last time you can show out in this world for a lot of our people.
Last time.
Damn shame. Go ahead. Press play.
Now, before we start judging and pointing fingers and canceling dates, let's go back and get into the nitty-gritty of prom history. The concept of a celebratory event for young people traces back to ancient Greece.
Oh, you see that? Everything you do. Give me Proverbs 3:31.
Bring it out.
Everything you do goes back to your oppressor. That's what we be telling y'all. Why y'all always getting on us about that? Because that ain't your history. That ain't your heritage.
Right.
Everything you do, from the clothes you wear to the dances you go to to the music you listen to, your oppressor gave it to you.
Right.
Understand that.
And Cap, that's why it's very heavy when we go out and teach our people. You are stripped of your nationality.
Right.
Everything that you think you know, the oppressor gave it to you.
There you go.
Right.
There you go. But they want to fight with us.
Right.
Give me that. Proverbs 3:31.
Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor.
Hold on. Do what?
Envy thou not the oppressor.
Envy thou not the oppressor. Read.
And choose none of his ways.
Hold on. How many of his ways?
And choose none of his ways.
The Bible say choose none of his ways.
Right.
Even his prom.
Right.
Don't choose it. And a lot of our brothers and sisters out there, young in this truth. I know it's one couple I see online, they Israelites, and it was sad. It broke my heart. She an Israelite. She posts about being an Israelite every day. They ain't with us. But I see she got blonde hair. She put on the dress and they went to prom. I said, "Did you see that? You ain't taught well. You still got to be taught. But y'all got to understand where these things come from.
Right.
Prom ain't in the Bible.
Go ahead. Cap, can I back you up?
Go ahead.
Hey, go to First Maccabees, please, good sir. 1 verse 1. And then we jumping down. Read that first, please.
First Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 1.
Yep.
And it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Shittim, had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes.
You going?
Read.
That he reigned in his stead, the first over Greece.
The first over who?
The first over Greece.
The first over Greece, right? Now jump to verse 9, because the reason why Cap is hitting on this point, because it says that this thing started from Greece, right? So we going into the Bible to show you what else came with Greece. Read that.
Verse 9.
Yep.
And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them.
Right. So it's talking about the prominent rulers that came after Alexander. the Grecian or the Greek rule at this time. Read on. What else came with it?
So did their sons after them many years. And evils.
And what?
And evils were multiplied in the earth.
And evils were multiplied in the earth. So the reason why they take a lot of the Greek history out of the Bible is because it shows you that a lot of the evil started to spread throughout the earth. A part of it is what we see right here. Everything that we got from Greece was evil. All right? Read
100%.
that. I mean, that's it.
Press play. Press play on the video.
The concept of a celebratory event for young people traces back to ancient Greece, when formal banquets called symposia were held for elite men to honor their transition into adult society, often featuring lavish dinner parties, theatrical performances, speeches, debate, music, and general revelry.
Pause. Speeches and general revelry. Do you know what reveling is? Give me that. What's that? Romans
13.
Romans 13.
Yes, sir.
I want reveling. I want reveling.
13 or 14. All right. 13, I think.
Make sure I got the right precept now. Come on now.
Shoot from the hip.
Oh yeah. Make sure we got the right precept. I won't reveling. That's right.
Or it might be 1 Peter 4.
Yeah, 1 Peter 4. That's why I was going. I knew it.
You in the spirit.
But you know, you study. You got a 95 on the 50 test. You know. 1 Peter.
4 and 3.
Yep. 1 Peter 4 and 3. Let's get it. Start at verse 1.
1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 1.
This got to be our mindset when we doing these things, because whether it comes to Christmas, it's the same thing. Reveling, drinking, partying, young men, and all this other stuff. It all goes back to that sexual lasciviousness that they get into.
Right.
All of their holidays, they all lead to the same thing. Never will you read, this goes back into how you build up and honor the God of Israel.
Right.
You won't find it. Go ahead.
1 Peter chapter 4 verse 1. For as much then as Christ have suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind.
Read.
For he that have suffered in the flesh have ceased from sin.
Read.
That he no longer should live the rest of his time in the flesh to the lust of men.
But what?
But to the will of God.
All the stuff we just watched, what happened in ancient Greece, was to the will of man. The stuff that we see in today, the cars, the photos, the dresses, the suits, it's to the will of man. It's so that they can fulfill themselves. Read.
Verse 3. For the time past of our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles.
Let's see if prom is the will of Gentiles or the will of God. Read.
When we walked in lasciviousness.
Hold on, what?
When we walked in lasciviousness.
Lasciviousness, sexual sin, sexual immortality. Read.
Right.
Lust. Read.
Excess of wine.
What did it just say? It just said excess of wine. It literally said that. Read.
Revelings.
Hold on, what?
Revelings.
Revelings. That's partying, clubbing, dancing, grinding, all that twerking.
Right.
Read.
Banquetings. And abominable idolatries.
And abominable idolatries. Because guess what your idol is on these prom days? You become your own idol.
Right.
You become your own idol. These parents, they idolize the children. You spending $30,000, $40,000 on one night.
Crazy.
You whoring out your daughter for one night, letting her leave the house with a dress, her titties out, her ass out, slit down the middle. You mean to tell me you think she gonna act like a lady dressed like that?
Right.
Come on, man. You got to be kidding me. Read.
Verse 4. Wherein they think it strange that ye run not with them to the same excess of riot, speaking evil of you.
Right, and when you're not doing it, they're going to speak evil of you. They're like, why you not doing what we do? Because guess what? When in Rome, you do as the Romans do.
Right.
But guess what? We don't woke up. We ain't doing what the Romans do no more. Go ahead, press play on that video. Press play on the video,
Gatherings also involved excessive wine drinking. Ancient Romans celebrated a young man's coming of age with a similar banquet called a convivium. In the 18th and 19th century Europe, women participated in aristocratic formal dances and balls that grew in popularity, with debutante balls becoming common as coming-out ceremonies for the elite. The first American prom. According to the Oxford dictionaries, the word promenade, defined as a leisurely walk or place of walking, is also used to describe movements in ballet and ballroom dancing. It morphed in the late 19th century when promenade concerts often included attendees dancing in formal attire during Ivy League college festivities. although it's not clear who hosted the first American prom.
All right, pause that.
An art
You can take that off. Take that off. Go to the next video. So that's where it comes from. Ancient Greece.
Right.
Ancient Greece. All right. Yep. I just want to read the first 2 lines on this. I think you got to read it, Daniel, because he ain't got it over there.
Can't see it.
How prom traditions have evolved through history.
He can't read it.
I got you.
Okay.
Prom wasn't always about the dress, the limo, and the prom proposals. Promposals.
And I want y'all to see it's all white people. I see white people.
White people.
Notice that. Notice that. Go ahead. Keep scrolling down. Yep, right there.
Prom, an iconic rite of passage for many teenagers, has been a tradition celebrated by students since the late 19th century. Short for promenade, proms are modeled after the debutante balls of high society and have evolved from semi-formal end-of-the-year dances held in school gyms to become a billion-dollar industry.
Hold on. Say that again. A what? $1 billion industry?
A billion-dollar industry encompassing limousines, flowers, photography, special attire, and over-the-top invitations.
Now I'm finna show y'all, after this, I'm finna show y'all who's this billion-dollar industry being made off of. Because guess what? It ain't the white man.
Right.
The white man ain't doing what Jake takes something and we take it to the next level.
Right.
Read early origins.
Early origins of prom. The concept of a celebratory event for young people traces back to ancient Greece, when formal banquets called symposia were held for elite men to honor their transition into adult society, often featuring lavish dinner parties, theatrical performances, speeches, debate, music, and general revelry.
You see that? Reveling. Ain't that something? Reveling is right there in front of you. Read.
The gatherings also involved excessive wine drinking. Ancient Romans celebrate a young man's coming of age with a similar banquet called a convivium. In the 18th and 19th century Europe, women participated in aristocratic formal dances and balls that grew in popularity, with debutante balls becoming common as a coming out ceremonies for the elite.
So notice this originally was for the white elites, white elites over here in America. And let's see, get off that, go off that, go to the next one. Let's see who's taking it now. Yep, press play on that.
School prom getting out of control. Have y'all seen the high school proms? You cannot go to high school prom now without a budget. Last year, this kid's mom asked me to film his high school prom, right? He pulled up in a Rolls Royce, had a red carpet, and had a driver. Now looking back on it, that was light. That was his junior year. His mom said his senior year, they're trying to get an approval so the helicopter could land at the school. I seen somebody on a moving bus in a box. I seen a girl dressed with all the $100 bills made out of it. Some girl said her dad flew to Nigeria to get the dress made because hers ain't coming time. Bro, what the this is what I wore to my prom. I thought it was clean. Nice little matching set with your date. No, if you go to prom dressed like this now, you getting laughed out the building. You getting laughed out the building, bro. I'm talking about people pulling up in horses and carriages. When did y'all get so much freedom to do all this? High school prom.
Pause. You see that?
Damn,
you see what he said? I love what he said at the end. And you know why? There's 2 reasons why this is happening. There's 2 reasons.
Check it out.
One is because of lack of identity.
Yes.
Right.
Because we don't know who we are, we got to put our all into something so that we can have some type of self-worth.
Right.
This is how we have some self-worth. All right? So it's a lack of identity. And 2 is because they want to be the white man so bad, which really goes back into point 1, which is lack of identity.
Right.
Give me that Daniel 9 and 7, confusion of faces. And notice, how many white people did y'all see on that video?
None.
0. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? 0.
Right.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch, the man with actually all the money, he ain't spending his money on no prom.
Nah.
He ain't even going to prom.
Hey, Kat, remember back in the day they used to have a show called Sweet 16?
Yeah.
And the majority of the over the top was black. Always black. Helicopters, limousines, all kind of crazy. Who could get the biggest artists at that time?
I remember that.
Always.
Yeah, I remember that.
Dang, that's crazy. I ain't even think about that.
That's true.
I ain't even think about that. Dang. Go ahead, read that.
Daniel chapter 9 and verse 7. O Lord, righteousness belongeth unto thee.
Righteousness belongs unto us, which is what? Passover, Pentecost, tabernacles, weddings. Weddings belong unto us. Oh, that was the other point. I said it was a lack of identity and the love of the white man. But the second part is we put all our investment in physical into this prom night instead of marriage. Because we don't know what marriage is and what it looks like, they try to make this into marriage. Because guess what you got to have on prom? You got to have a date. You got to have a date. And guess what you having after the date? You have sex. Which is crazy. The parents are okay with that. They know the tradition. They know the custom. And they still do it. And they send them out the house to go do. It's crazy.
Horn out your daughters.
The crazy part too is the reason why a lot of parents do it is because they like, well, I did it.
There you go.
So I don't want my daughter or my son to be robbed of this experience. So they should be able to partake in this thing too. That's why they go all out, because they feel like they reliving it through their sons and their daughters.
Wow.
It's crazy.
You pulled another precept.
Hold on, we ain't even ready yet. Go ahead, read that. But get it ready. I want all the precepts. Bring it out. Go ahead. Read that Daniel 9:7. Finish it.
Daniel chapter 9 and verse 7. O Lord, righteousness belongeth unto thee, but unto us confusion of faces.
You see that? We got confusion of faces. We the people with confusion of faces. Now we dressed up looking like a clown show for something that ain't got nothing to do with us. This is just as bad as you joining a Greek fraternity. You celebrating the ways of your oppressor. But unto us belong the confusion of faces. Read.
As at this day, to the men of Judah, and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem,
Read.
And unto all Israel that are near and that are far off, through all the countries whither thou hast driven them, because of their trespass, that they have trespassed against thee.
Hey, shalom, caller. What's your name? Question or comment? Where you calling from?
Al Cinder, Hanover, Pennsylvania.
Lou Cinder, my brother, our number one caller.
Yeah, you guys make it out.
Good.
I enjoy the show every week, and that Tuesday night show, man, that's a good show, man.
All praise.
Yeah, I enjoy that show too. But about what you were saying, man, it all comes back to who got the microphone. Who has the microphone? The black pastor. The black pastor ain't saying nothing against no proms and how these girls go out there, man, collecting his money. I'll tell you a story that happened today. A woman preacher got up, and it's already Sunday, so she got 2 strikes right there. Then she passed over 11:23 Romans about the grafted in. And my brother tapped me. He said, "Bro, look, she didn't say again. She just said, yeah, and grafted in." And we just say, my brother called me on the phone, because God knows I don't even go in places like that. So he called me on the phone. He said, "Bro, she read the thing and she didn't put again in it." Because she didn't want to know about the Northern Kingdom being reconciliation and all that. So she lied to him and just said, what you call it, adopted in. Whatever they, adopt. She refused to say again. But anyway, I want to pass this by you guys right fast. On that one we familiar with, Romans 9:3 and 4, when he say, who are Israelites pertaining to. When he say pertaining to, and he say the service of God. So if he's saying the service of God, is he meaning like Saturday morning a Chinese man get up and go serve the God of Israel? Because he's saying that the service of God is to the Israelites. So what is he saying? I mean, the church in the wilderness, what is it? 738 Acts, whatever it is. I think it's Leviticus 26,
25, 45.
Yeah, whenever they did, when Moses came down off the mountain and all that. So what I'm saying, if he say the service of God, I know he say a number of things. I'm just picking out the one that say, I know he say adoption, glory, and all that. But the one that when he says service of God, just what is he meaning right there? I mean, what you do, you go sing a song to him, you pray to him. But I mean, if you're saying the service of God is to the Israelites, so what? I mean, does that kind of like, what is he saying? That the Edomite can't get up on Saturday morning and go praise the God of Israel?
That's exactly what it's saying. That's exactly what it's saying. You got it.
I just want to get a clarification on that.
All praise.
Anyway, man, I enjoy the show, and like I say, bro, a slightly thing, this ain't going to take but a second, on that 1928 Matthews, when he says you're going to be sitting on the throne with me, so that means they're not liars, you're going to be judging the 12 tribes of the children of Israel.
Right.
So is Jesus saying that the judgment is for the 12 tribes of the children of Israel?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So there's no judgment day for Esau?
No, they already judged. The judgment is set.
Right.
So if that Esau hated in his mother's womb and never even got born yet,
there you go.
9/11?
Yep.
Son of
Good
perdition.
Lord have mercy. Boy, I'm glad I ain't know you to
All praise.
Hey, man, y'all take care. I love the show, man. Take care.
All praise to the Most High. Hey, shout out to all our faithful callers. Brother Lou Alcindor, he called every week. Watch the show. All praise to the Most High. Shout out to all our faithful listeners. We really do appreciate y'all for tuning in because Bishop can I say it all the time. Without y'all, it ain't no show. Right. It ain't no show. We don't do this for ourselves. We do this for the people. So all praises. So where's we at? Where's that Daniel 9? You was finna go somewhere.
Yep. Hey,
hold on before you do that. Luke 16 and 15.
Yep.
Luke 16 and 15. I gotta bring
Leave
this
that
out.
up there. Leave that up there.
Came to my spirit real quick. Luke 16 and 15.
All right. Yeah, I want to say something about that.
Yep.
Luke chapter 16 and verse 15.
Come
And he said unto them, Ye are they which justify yourselves before men.
Read.
But God knoweth your hearts.
Read.
For that which is highly esteemed among men.
Prom, which is highly esteemed among men. Read.
Is abomination.
Hold on, what is it?
Is abomination.
How do you think God feel about his young daughters, 16, 17, being dressed provocatively, out of order?
Right.
The men sleeping with his daughters on a night and don't give nothing about them.
Right.
They spending all their money on an idolatrous night to go do whatever. No, that's an abomination to God. Go ahead, Austin.
I was just looking at the comments. There's way too much competition in school nowadays.
Right.
Kids don't even go to college.
Pull it up on the screen, y'all.
Yeah, put this on the screen. Kids don't even go to college. All this with no life insurance.
Damn.
Hey, shalom, caller.
Hey,
What's your name? Question, comment. Where you calling from?
my name's Sarita calling from Atlanta.
ATL.
Yeah.
What's your question or comment, sis? You defending prom?
My No, I didn't go. I didn't even go to prom.
All praise.
My comment is, I'm so tired of these super black parents always making a big deal about this prom,
Right.
dressing their children up in all these crazy outfits just to go to prom for one night, one little night. But they don't put no emphasis on them obeying God's commandments.
Right.
All they want to do is show off their little outfit for that one night, trying to act like they rich and stuff.
Right. That what it come down to.
And it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I didn't even go to prom.
Right.
The slaves back in the day didn't go to prom, so why you think they need to go on to prom like that? It's crazy.
Yep. It is. It's sad. All praise, sis. Thank you for calling in.
Get Titus 1 and 15. Titus 1 and 15. This is. I'm just looking at it. This dude got a damn. I didn't see this the first time. He got a damn Star Wars, Star Wars helmet on.
I think that's Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, Beauty and the Beast.
He said Star Wars.
Regardless, he look like the monster of Star Wars. It's crazy.
Chewbacca.
Yeah, read that.
Titus chapter 1 and verse 15.
Come on.
Unto the pure, all things are pure.
Read.
But unto them that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure.
Nothing is pure. When you look at this generation today, these YNs and whatever you want to call them, nothing is pure. Nothing is pure coming out of prom. Read.
Right.
But even their mind and conscience is defiled.
They minds are defiled. This ain't doing nothing but defiling our children more and more. And you simple parents that's allowing your children to do that. You defiling your children. You willfully allowing your daughters to go out there and get smashed and come back home like nothing happened. Go ahead. Read.
Verse 16. They profess that they know God.
All of you Christians profess that you know God, but you allow your children to go to prom. Read.
Right.
But in works, they deny him.
By keeping prom, you deny the Lord. Read.
Being abominable and disobedient.
Read.
And unto every good work reprobate.
Y'all are reprobate. If you think that your kids can celebrate prom and everything gonna be good, that the Lord is okay with that, you are reprobate. And everything is abominable about that. The Lord hate that thing.
Yep. Hey, somebody, Gazelle Nettle said these kids barely know the ABCs. And who has this kind of disposable income? That's the thing I'm looking at. I'm like, where does all this money come from?
Right.
Where do these black people live at? Y'all need to join the congregation. Because the Booster Club be taken care of. That's why I'm telling y'all,
crazy.
Israel, we got money. A lot of y'all got money. Y'all playing games, man.
Right.
Y'all playing games because these be the same people that's coming out of these lifestyles. Y'all can blow $20,000 on prom, but can't get $20 to the Booster Club.
Crazy.
It don't make sense, bro.
Stacks.
Don't make sense. Play that second video real quick.
Okay, get one real quick.
We're gonna get to it.
Triple
Unless
stack,
it goes
triple
with Sunday.
stack,
Go ahead.
No.
Because it gets better. It gets better. I want to get the video. Hey, shalom, caller. What's your name? Question, comment. Where you calling from?
Shalom, I'm calling from Maryland.
Hey, what's going on, sis?
I was just funny that y'all just went over. Y'all just said the disposable income situation.
Right.
Well, I work for a loan company, right?
Oh no! Don't tell me they're getting loans for this stuff.
Wow.
Listen, and I had a sister. She came in, Jake's sister, and she was all distraught. She was like, I got a lot going on, and my son's prom's coming up, and I really gotta. And I'm just blankly staring at her, And as you know, I was able to, get her approved or whatever. But as I'm looking in her credit report, right, as I have to,
right,
the sister's behind on her car payment, mortgage behind, and you sitting here worried about going into debt to do God for your son to do God knows what.
Wow.
Yep.
Sis, we thank you for that insight, sis.
Yeah.
We can only think that was happening, but we got proof now.
Right.
People getting loans for
Max out
prom.
credit cards, huh?
Wow.
Crazy. Going to debt for
Hey, Cap, you didn't hear it. They said in that video.
Thank you, sis.
The brother
welcome,
was
guys.
saying they was trying to get approved for a helicopter.
Oh yeah.
So that's crazy right there.
Shalom, sis.
approved for a helicopter.
That's ridiculous.
Go ahead.
No. You want the next video?
Yeah, all right. Play the second one. Play the second one.
The next one.
It's a part 2, I think. Yeah.
We banning prom 2026. They pulling up in caskets now.
Pause.
Huh?
What?
They pulling up in caskets.
Damn.
Come on, man. This is crazy.
I guess that's what they mean when they say, I'm going to kill him tonight. I'm going to kill him. Come up in a casket.
Wow.
That's crazy.
We pulling up in caskets. Said my last video that they was trying to do helicopters. Well, they did it, y'all.
Wow.
They did it. They not only bringing a date, they bringing a zoo.
Got a tiger in there.
Alligators and a horse and carriage. That's old news. We bringing camels.
Pause. Bring out your precept, man. I got something I want to bring. I
got you. Real quick. 1 Peter 3:3. Just to preface it. So this is talking about the woman, a godly woman, how she's supposed to look and supposed to act, right? Go ahead, read.
1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 3. Whose adorning, let it not be that outward adorning of plaiting the hair and of wearing of gold or putting on of apparel.
Keep going.
But let it be the hidden man of the heart.
Read.
And that which is not corruptible, even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit, which is in the sight of God of great price.
So what we're seeing is that our sisters are putting the value on themselves on the outward appearance, right? Why we put our value on that? It's like you said, because we have no heritage. We don't know our history. We don't know that we're the Israelites, and that means we're the prince of the power of God. So I don't gotta spend $20,000 on the dress and put my value on my outward appearance when I know who I am. You understand?
Right.
That's heavy. Give me Jeremiah.
That's crazy.
Give me Jeremiah 4:22, man.
Loud.
Jeremiah 4:22. This is crazy. And what you said was heavy. Somebody said something about the casket. But yeah, she said a casket is appropriate for the spiritual dead. Damn. That's heavy. That's heavy right there.
Heavy.
Jeremiah chapter 4 and verse 22.
Come on.
For my people is foolish.
For what?
For my people is foolish.
Our people is foolish, man. We helicopters, loans. Come on, man. Caskets. Read.
They have not known me.
They have what?
They have not known me.
Read.
They are sottish children.
They are sottish children, dumb children. Read.
And they have none understanding.
No understanding. They are what?
They are wise to do evil.
All of this is evil. All of this is evil. Read.
But to do good, they have no knowledge.
You see that? To keep the actual commandments of God, they don't have no idea what that look like. They don't have no idea what it look like to dress up and keep the Passover the way you're supposed to.
Right.
They have no idea what it looks like to go and get lamb and bitter herbs and unleavened bread and keep it. Right. They don't know how to keep the Sabbath day. Right. But you tell them how to keep a prom, they'll figure that out.
Yep.
They'll figure that out in a heartbeat. It's crazy. Crazy. Go ahead.
Let me get Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 7. Because we just saw them on a camel. They had a camel. Somebody had an alligator in their arms. We just saw this. This is prom 2025, guys. All right. Now, hey, remember that video, too, of the weak father that had his homosexual son.
I remember that.
Taking him to prom,
I remember
too.
that.
It's getting worse and worse.
Hey, shalom, caller. What's your name? Question to calling. Where you calling from?
Hey, Shalom, Captain Sign Christ Bless. This is Officer Stephen from Rochester, New York.
Hey, Act 7 Stephen in the building.
All praises. Hey, y'all having a heavy class, a heavy teaching right now. You know what it reminded me of?
What's that?
Do you remember that old video, How to Sell to a Negro?
Yep, I was going to bring it up.
Yep.
Bring it out.
Back in 1954, they said a Negro he's like, everybody want recognition, but the Negro need extra recognition.
Right.
And from there, it has been a continual cycle. This man is diabolical, Captain.
Oh, pray you heavy. I literally was just thinking about that. I was going to find it and play it. You in the spirit. You in the spirit, bro. Hey, congrats again on the album, man. Tell the people about the album real quick while we got you.
Bring it out.
Hey, all praises. Act 7 Stephen's path, prophesying against the heathen. You know what I'm saying? It's just a basic introduction to, you know what I'm saying, what's be going on in the streets. Is about uplifting our people, the trauma we go through, the problems we go through. And, of course, you know what I'm saying, some songs to make you dance and, you know, can celebrate these feast days and all that, you know what I mean? So I just try to get a wide range. It ain't just a boom bap album like you think it's going to come with. You know what I'm saying?
All praise. Hey, I listened to the album myself and get a stamp of approval from me. So all praise to the Most High. Thank you for the works. Thank you for tuning in, officer.
That's right.
Yes, sir. I praise to the Most High. Most High, Christ bless you.
All praise. This is crazy. All right, read that. This is crazy. Hey, this dude had a mask on, sir. All these things, bro. She came out of a casket, a helicopter. This is crazy.
Bro. You know what the helicopter costs?
Cap, I can't even imagine. This is crazy, bro.
You can ride one
all
for
that
20
for one night.
on iDrive.
This is insane. All right, read that, man.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5 and verse 7.
Yes, sir.
We wearied ourselves.
We did what?
We wearied ourselves.
We wearied ourselves. The sister called in and spoke about a mother who was trying to get a loan for their child to go to prom.
Crazy work.
We weary ourselves. Back up on payments. You know, after that night, you're going to go into debt. You got to pay that back, right? We're wearying ourselves for this one night. Read on.
We wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction.
In the way of wickedness and destruction. Because what you going to get out of this? Right. Probably going to get some baby mamas.
Yep.
Right? Now your daughter's getting smashed. You understand? They might put on that whoredom spirit on them. All of these things is going to come from prom night. Ain't nothing good going to come from it. Bankruptcy.
Yep.
Babies. You understand? And whores. That's what's coming from prom. Read on.
Yeah. We have gone through deserts where there lay no way.
You know how we know they going through deserts? Because they had a camel. We going through deserts just so that we can make it happen. Read on.
But as for the way of the Lord, we have not known it.
But you ask them, hey, what about marriage? How should a proper marriage? Any of those brothers and sisters you ask on the street, how should a proper marriage be in the Bible? They would never know. Ask them about Passover. They won't know about it. Never heard of it. New moon, never heard of it. But when it comes to the ways of wickedness, we go all out. It's crazy what we see.
Hey, keep reading. It gets better.
Bring it out, Cap. Bring it out.
Precept. That's every precept you brought out. Keep reading.
Verse 8. What have pride profited us?
Pride. All of this is pride. Because pride is departing from the Most High God. That's what they have done.
Right.
They placed themselves up as idol. Read.
Right.
Or what good have riches with our vaunting?
What has they riches done for these people? What has prom done for the black community in the last 100 years?
Bring it out.
Nothing. Read.
Or what good have riches with our vaunting brought us?
Read.
All those things are passed away.
All of that passed away because after the night, you wake up the next morning, the helicopter go back to where it was at. The Tesla go back to where it was at.
Right.
The suit go back to where it was at.
Right.
The watch go back to where it was at.
Casket.
The casket goes back. Everything goes back to the white man. And what is the black community left with?
Crazy.
Like you just said, debt, baby mamas, STDs.
Right.
It's a double negative for us. Read.
All those things are passed away like a shadow and as a post that hasted by.
So that's what it leads us.
Heavy.
Nothing but bad things are left for us.
Right.
I want to get through this video because it gets even better. Press play. Well, worse.
Doing prom breakdowns. I seen somebody pay $22,000.
Pause.
Prom.
22 bands on prom.
That's crazy.
Do y'all know how much money $22,000 is?
A lot.
That ain't a little bit of money.
Nope.
At all.
But the other nations giving $22,000 to couples young couples that's getting married. That's a down payment on a house.
Right.
Yeah.
These things we look at this.
Yep.
Look at this is crazy.
Press play.
That look like somebody mama up there.
Yep.
Girl have her whole family have shirts made. Like she graduated. If you didn't read the caption on some of these prom videos, you would think they was getting married. Correct me if I'm wrong. Don't y'all still have school after you do prom? It's not like the last day of school. We got fire perform. I seen a girl with a choir. When the prom gets so serious. At this point, I'm making a prom epidemic documentary. I need everybody that's having these extravagant proms, DM me and we need to talk about what's going on. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Prom really not even lit like that. After prom is better than the prom. Trying to figure out what y'all gonna do, where y'all gonna go. That's the best part of prom night. You know what? Now we banning prom.
Pause.
Wow.
Now, you know what's crazy about this? When you look, most of the neighborhoods where these things are taking, they middle class neighborhoods.
Yeah.
They ain't balling like that. They ain't middle class people are broke. They just make enough to pay their bills. That's what it is.
Yep.
So, like the sister that called in said, they getting loans and everything. These are the false burdens. But I gotta go back to my brother Lou Alcindor. It's because these pastors corrected them.
Yep.
Because the pastors are not teaching them who they are. They let these things continue because guess what? The same way prom is getting, their pockets is getting lined the same way. Hey, let's scroll through some of these comments. I want to read some of these comments.
Comments is crazy.
Hey, some of these women.
Scroll down.
Pastors' daughters.
Scroll down. Let's see some of them. It says $20K on prom and not no funds for college.
Damn.
Scroll down. It says they treating prom like it's the Met Gala. The parents are to be blamed. Scroll down. Hold on. It says my child just gonna hate me because this ain't happening. All praises. I blame the parents. I don't know. I guess in 10 years I gotta send my kid to prom in a spaceship. A documentary is not a bad idea. I'm interested in what happens with these families after some of the most extravagant prom. There you go.
There you go.
There you go. $22K on prom.
Do a show on that.
Yeah, it's a $22K on prom, then applying for FAFSA to go to community college. It's wild.
Damn. Hey,
So,
can I get one, Cat?
Yeah, bring it out.
Wisdom of Solomon 2-in-1 real quick.
Bring it out.
Because the issue, like you said, the pastors ain't teaching them. They don't understand who they are. And that's the spirit of an ungodly person, right? Read this.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2 and verse 1.
Come
on! For the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves, but not aright. Our life is short and tedious, and in the death of a man there is no remedy. Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave.
Now jump to verse 6, because what we establish in the ungodly thing, they got to live a YOLO lifestyle. You only live once, so you might as well just live it up right now. You might do it up. This is what the ungodly does. Go ahead.
Verse 6, come on, therefore. Let us enjoy the good things that are present.
Let's enjoy the good things. We got to live it up right now. Go ahead.
And let us speedily use the creatures like as in you.
That's the fornication. Go ahead.
Let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ointment.
Let's fill ourselves with the costly. Let's get the best of the best. Go ahead.
Right.
YOLO.
And let no flower of the spring pass by us.
Let's not reduce any expense. We're going to spend it all right now. Go ahead.
Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before they be withered. Let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness. Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place. For this is our portion. And our lot is this.
So the reason why they're doing the ungodly does that because they think this is all they have to live for. This is the right. They got to live for the right now. So we're going to spend it all right now. We're going to live it up. And then we're going to work. Then we'll think about what happens tomorrow. We'll try to figure it out later on. But that's not the way that we're supposed to think, because we're building a nation. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Hey, it's 8:58, y'all. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. I want to give a shout out to the IT. Shout out to the broadcast.
That's right.
Officer Abel. Who else we got back there?
Officer Duell. Soldier Baruch.
Soldier Baruch.
Jariah.
Officer David.
Right, David. Who else back there? Soldier Ehud for reading. All praise. If y'all heard a different voice today, all praise to him.
Right.
Shout out to the ladies in waiting. All praise to the Most High. Lord's will. It's gonna be a lot of marriages coming soon, y'all.
That's right.
A lot of righteous babies.
The right way.
The right way. We ain't doing no prom.
Nope. Right.
We ain't doing no prom. We doing prophecy.
That's right.
We raising up a nation.
Right.
Hey, shout out to the bishops, the deacons, the captains, the officers. Your mother was there when you left.
You're right.
Shout out to y'all. Shout out to everybody for tuning in. Without y'all, we wouldn't have no show. Most importantly, y'all, give a shout out to the Booster Club.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to the Booster Club. Support. I know y'all got it. Y'all just spent $30,000 on prom.
Bring it out.
So donate $20.
Send it.
Hey, with that, we say shalom, y'all.
Shalom.
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you. And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord. His word, his word, his word, his word.